Hello everyone! So today I'm leaving my comfort zone, I'm traveling far away from it. I'm even switching dimension from 2D to 3D. I'm gonna try out sculpting today, so I am leaving my precious pen and paper behind. What? So this is actually a collab with my dearest friend Jackie over at Nerdy Crafter, or should I say Salty Crafter. Jackie sometimes reviews these like bad crafting kits, which can make her a little salty. Today, however, she's also switching dimension from 3D sculpting to 2D drawing. So she's gonna try out this drawing kit that is called Gelatos or something like that. So be sure to check out her video and her channel and subscribe and all that stuff, because she's amazing. Just don't forget to bring some water because it's gonna be salty. So the crafting channel is gonna draw and the art channel is gonna craft, so let's see how that goes. And I will be trying out this Make a Clay Charm Kit by Klutz. It is 100% Klutz certified, whatever that means. Make, bake and eat, or wear, I guess. So this is what you will get: 9 bright colors of clay, charm bracelet, special magical glaze, clay scooping tool, as I first thought it said, an instructional booklet, which is this huge thing that is taped to the box, some jump rings and charm loops, and a drying stand. I must say it looks very well put together. The booklet seems very educational, which I like and I need it. Oh, I need to make a cat, but who thought I wouldn't make a cat? Let's be real. So here's some things that are not included that you might need, like wax paper and all that boring stuff. It doesn't say oven though, won't I be needing one for baking? Anyways, let's see what the supplies actually looks like. So, I'm not gonna lie, I am a little bit underwhelmed, to be honest. I don't know what more I was expecting since everything was shown on the box, but everything seems so small, like the shaping tool thing looks so tiny. So I am no clay expert or anything, but it seems a little bit risky having the clay being mushed together like this. Seems like they could rub off the colors onto each other, like the white one is very exposed. They are a little tricky to separate too. The orange one doesn't seem happy at all being separated. So I have actually worked with this kind of clay before, a long time ago. Polymer clay or plastic clay that you bake in the oven. I think the ones I used was from Fimo and Cernit, and I have to say, from what I can remember, that they were way harder than this clay. This one feels a bit greasy, but it is fairly soft and easy to shape and not too sticky. I don't know if that is good or not, but I don't like sticky either way. So I hope I will have no trouble to shape this into something cute or horrifying, we'll see. Since I didn't start with the project right away, I stored the clay in an airproof container and they were just as soft and juicy as before. And gosh, there are so many different things that you can do. I'm actually really loving browsing through the booklet because it is so colorful and playful. I had to start with scraping off the pink from the orange. I don't think it was a very good idea having the clays being squeezed together like that. So of course I had to start with a cat. Now afterwards I think maybe I should have started with something even more easy just to get the feeling for the material. I am a total noob when it comes to sculpting and clay. So since it is my first time, I'm gonna do my very best to follow the instructions. I carefully tried to make my clay balls as big as the clay balls in the guide, which wasn't as easy as it sounds. So almost right away I noticed my biggest problem with this clay. It is so freaking soft and mushy. This little clay cat, it is so tiny, and I know I need to add a little bit of pressure so that the different parts like the ears will stick on properly and not fall off later, which happened anyway. I didn't want to push too hard or else I would just mash the whole thing. I really tried to be super gentle and light-handed, but I still managed to press too hard and it made it all look wonky. Also, having nails when working with clay is no good. So here's the kitty that my boyfriend said was a super cute little dog when he saw it. I think some whiskers might help. So next I'm making this little lizard, and this time I felt more confident and I wanted to mix the clay to make it a little more interesting. I really like doing this marble pattern. I used it for a couple of other pieces too. And now thinking of it, I should have made a wizard hat for the lizard. Oh well. Then I'm trying to make a pea pod, and this time I tried to mix my own colors. I wanted a piece to be lighter, so I mixed the green with yellow to make this warmer yellowish green. You can't really see that much different though, but this turned out to be one of my favorites. I like the simplicity. So I'm not gonna walk you through all the steps on all the things that I made, since I am basically doing the same thing over and over. So while you see me create all these wonky creations, let me tell you a little about my experience and my thoughts about this kit. First off, I just want to say that I admire those who work with clay even more now after making this. I don't know how they can make it look so freaking amazing with clay only. They have to be wizards. But I had a lot of fun making this either way. It was so nice trying something new. However, I don't really like sculpting and I've never been very fond of it. I feel limited, which may be because I'm not very good at it, but I feel like you can't really do the same thing that you can do with pen and paper. You have to take things like gravity and all that boring stuff into consideration, and I don't like following rules when I make art. I first thought the clay was pretty nice and soft, but as I said, the softness made it so hard for me to control the pieces, and when I thought I had this nice shape, I destroyed it all by adding more parts where I had to use pressure. And if it was hard for me, I can imagine it must be quite tricky for kids too, which I guess this kit is aimed towards in the first place. But I think the worst part was when the clay started to get sticky. Ooh, the stickiness. It almost made me a bit salty. It was quite frustrating when trying to add these smaller parts and it got stuck on my fingers instead, and I tried to remove it and it stuck to my other finger. And then I accidentally mashed the part I was trying to add when I tried to get it off my finger. I don't know if my hands or the room temperature were too warm. Either way, it really made the whole process really difficult, and it isn't even that hot in my workroom. And after baking them in the oven for about 20 minutes or so, they actually looked pretty decent. The colors didn't seem to change, they don't look darker or burnt or anything. I only had one little accident with an ear falling off, but I could just use the glaze to glue it back on again. Speaking of the glaze made everything so much better. The charms looked a bit dull after baking them, but the glaze made them so shiny and more vibrant, and it also sealed in all the little faces and details I made with a permanent marker. I used paper clips as suggested in the instructional booklet and let the pieces dry hanging in the drying stand. I like that they included that in the kit. It is a very handy little thing. I think the kit was really cute and I would have loved it as a kid. It was easy to follow and there's so many different charms that you can make. I made quite a few and there is still a lot of clay left. And you can of course create your own things like I did with the teacup and the pumpkin. The only downside is that the clay is so freaking soft and sticky, but maybe working in a cooler room temperature would solve that problem if you live like in an igloo or something. So there you have them, all glazed and pretty. Let me know which one's your favorite. I think that my favorites is the pumpkin, the pear, the second cat that I made, and the octopus and the pea pods. I made some pieces twice just to practice a little. So yeah, don't forget to check out Jackie's creation over at Nerdy Crafter and say hello from me. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and click on the little bell icon to get notified every time I post new art and videos, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, keep drawing my happy cats, bye!